Folks, today on the Stoney Ridge Farm channel, we'll show you how I'm taking this heater and heating an 8,500 square foot shop. Welcome to Tool Tuesdays. This is gonna be awesome. Check this out. No fumes, indoor safe. Stoney Ridge Farm. Welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm channel. Folks, if this is your first time here, your 50 millionth time, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is Tool Tuesday, and we're out here in front of the mega shop. We'll get you some drone footage of this shop building. This is a 112 by 50 foot by 24 foot tall ceiling insulated shop. Now, saying that, this shop stays pretty warm. The temperatures stay pretty consistent throughout the year. We're gonna walk in the door. I haven't even been in here yet today. I fired up this heater last night to heat the shop up to keep the pipes from freezing. So without further ado, let's go in the mega shop and we'll show you guys what's going on. Again, guys, we'll talk about the shop really quickly. This is a mess. It's a bit of a mess. This is gonna be the finished area. There are four bays, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is a 28 by 50 foot bay, and we're gonna do a finished out area and an upstairs apartment up in the loft. So that being said, all this is shop area. Let's go ahead and we'll turn on the lights. The lights are last week's feature, the Voltrex lighting, and that lit the shop up. Check it out. We'll turn this off and turn it back on. That one light will light an 8,500 square foot shop. That is really cool. So over here is what we're talking about. So it's 54 degrees in the shop right now. My thermometer right there tells me it got down to 46 in here last night. Now that really says something for this structure and the insulation in this structure. So it's R13 in the walls and R19 or R23 in the ceiling. This is an agricultural building, meaning it didn't have to be built to any sort of spec, but we tried to build it to where it would be the most efficient. I have two wood stoves that are going in the shop. One's going in right here, and this is gonna be a common area. This is gonna be the butcher shop area. And then I've got another one that's gonna go in right here, and it's a little bit bigger wood stove. And those are Kuma stoves that are gonna go in. They're sitting over there on a pallet, but I don't have time to install them immediately. So we gotta be able to work in the shop and have the temperatures tolerable. 54 degrees is pretty tolerable for me, but if we want to knock the chill off, especially if Miss Stoney Ridge comes up here and works, this thing is awesome. So it's just going to get colder throughout the winter, and this was a purchase that was recommended by my buddy Stanley the Dirt Monkey. Now Stanley the Dirt Monkey took this thing, threw it in a skid steer bucket, and tossed it onto the ground a couple times, and it fired right back up. He buried it in the snow, and it fired right back up. This is all American made, dual fuel technology, so it will run on diesel fuel, #2, and it'll also run on kerosene. It's got a fuel filter here, a little pump set up right here. I'll hit the button. That's the pump, and then the fire is right here. So let's just show you guys how awesome this thing is. All we gotta do is turn it on, and it's plugged into a 120 outlet with a ground, and it's gonna fire itself up. So you can hear it sparking just a little bit right now. And this is clean fuel burning technology. So really the coolest thing about this is it's indoor safe, it's outdoor safe. You have no fumes, no smells, no nothing. It is super efficient. And it just fired up. Check that critter out. So I'm gonna leave this running for about an hour here in the shop, and we're gonna see just how warm it gets in here. It does have some pretty cool features. All you gotta do is turn it on. This is a hanger right here for loading it in the back of your truck in case you're taking this back and forth to job sites. Again, I'll get you some footage of Stanley throwing this thing off the skid steer bucket. It needs to be tough. It needs to be tough enough for a work site or a job site, and it needs to be big enough to heat a very large space. I'm starting to get cozy right now. So the manufacturer specs say that this will heat up to 2,800 square feet. We are in 8,500 square feet. I don't know where they got their specs from, but this thing is a monster of a heater. I was worried about my plumbing pipes, which are over in the corner right there, freezing overnight. I do know it got down to 13 degrees and it only got to 46 in here, which means I fired this thing up yesterday and it heated the shop up to 60 degrees and kept it warm enough to keep the pipes from freezing. So we're gonna give it an hour or so and then we'll jump back in here. They make a bigger version. This is the 120, they make a 150, and I do believe they make a 90. These are pricey units, guys. I'm gonna try and get us a coupon code if I possibly can, but if you need a warm place to work, it's absolutely priceless. And compared to a plumbing bill with a bunch of busted pipes, it's absolutely priceless. One thing that's super important here, guys, there's no fumes, there are no smells. There's only a tiny puff of smoke that might come off of this when you first fire it up, and the first time you use it, I recommend taking it outside and running it for about an hour so you burn that new off, that new from the factory, that new from manufacturing. So we're cranking right now, heat's rolling, it's doing great. Comes with these caster wheels right here, and also you got a 20-gallon fuel tank right there. You can also attach this to any wall thermostat, which makes it awesome. So you could set this to 50 degrees in your shop, have it on a wall thermostat, it'll start and stop on its own. So you don't have to babysit this thing all night if you're worried about pipes freezing. If you need to put this under your house, I don't know if I'd recommend that, but if you need to put it in your shop and you're worried about pipes freezing, this is the solution. Again, you can run this indoors, anywhere. You just need to keep it safe from anything that's combustible. In other words, something combustible in front of it. You need to have a little bit of room in front of it. It's not like the El Cheapo ones that you get at your hardware store that will burn and cause fumes that could be noxious or dangerous to you or get a bad headache from. So let's let it run for a little bit. We're gonna go move the cows and we'll come right on back. Oh, up we go. All right, we got the cows all fed and taken care of. It is 28 degrees currently outside, and I've had the heater running for approximately 55 minutes or so, still cranking out. This 20-gallon fuel tank is designed to run for up to 14 hours. I think it'll run longer than that. It's barely moved, and here's what our temperature has done. So we're at 54 before, and we're at 66 now. Bam. That was 1 hour in an 8,500 square foot shop with 24-foot ceilings. Up there, it's bound to be 15 degrees warmer. Awesome, guys. So again, this is Tool Tuesday. I wanted to show you what I'm using to heat the shop. I'm gonna take you over and I'm gonna show you the Kuma stoves. They're still on the pallets, but again, this is the Sunfire heater. Awesome shop heater right here. SF120 Sunfire. This was recommended by my good friend Stanley the Dirt Monkey. I'll post a link to his channel right up there on the top of the screen. You can check him out. Really cool dude. 20-gallon dual fuel, awesome American made heater. Now, let's talk American made. I'll turn the lights back on here in the shop and we'll go over there and we'll take a look at those Kuma stoves. You'll see the installs on both those stoves here in the future video on the Stoney Ridge. Let's take you over there. So Bronco, by the way, you'll see videos on that too. Popcorn the Willis Jeep, not gone and forgotten. Gonna be worked on this winter when we have nice warm stoves. This is the Kuma stove. It's all wrapped up tight. This is the Kuma Cambridge. And again, well, it's kind of hard to give you a teaser when I don't have it unwrapped. It's all boxed up nice and neat. This is how it came shipped to me. So I've got two different Kuma stoves. One's going indoors and one's going in the shop, main shop area. So if we get the wood stove cracking and we get the Sunfire stove cracking, we are gonna have a warm and cozy workplace. We'll be in here sweating, be in here working in our shorts, kind of like Dave Freiberger on Roadkill. Guys, thanks a lot for joining me today on Stoney Ridge Farm Channel. This kicks butt. Tool Tuesdays, let me know if you want to see more tool reviews. Let me know if you have any ideas. Any ideas that you guys share with me could lead to a future Tool Tuesday on the Stoney Ridge. Take care, guys. Thanks a lot. Sunfire heaters. I'll post a link down the video description. Totally forgot. I got to turn it off. I'll show you guys how easy it is to operate. That's how we turn it off. That is awesome. No smell, no fume, indoor safe, outdoor rockstar heater. Take care, guys. See you next time. Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge, bring your wife.